All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoFundMe Network. And today we have Sunday Backyard Farmer, Mr. Nick. And we just wanted to get together. I think I talked with your wife about, I don't know, it was about 3 weeks ago, probably, or almost a
Yeah.
month ago.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, real good lady. We had a real good conversation on a live stream. I think it was her and about four other people kind of came on, and it was really, really, really cool to have that experience. That we don't really get a chance to um, talk face to face with people in the community. You know, we're always in the comment section, and you see the thumbnail or whatever, but it's very rare that you get a chance to warm up and actually talk. Kind of like having a private conversation, but of course it's on social media, and we kind of get a chance to um, pick each other's brains about certain things, kind of find out about each other, where we both from, little stuff like that, little background on each other. So if you can, to get us started, look, Miss Darcy is in there saying, hey, to get us started, for those people that may not have seen Sunday Backyard Farmer, coming up in their notifications, coming up on your, I don't know what you would call it, the little stream thing, or what you call that when, uh,
The suggested
yeah,
when they
yeah, like your
see the
suggested videos and all of that. Today
uh-huh.
is a chance, you get a chance to meet this guy for yourself. He's going to talk in his own words, tell you a little bit about him. So go ahead, Mr. Sunday Backyard Farmer.
What's going on, chat? It's Sunday Backyard Farmer, aka Nick, and I garden. I like to garden. I like to do family things. If any of y'all familiar with my videos, or if any of y'all go over and watching in my videos, you'll see that I'm pretty much very family oriented when it comes to capturing different things, different family events, uh, whatever, behind the scenes, funny stuff. And I love to garden. So I only been doing it probably, I want to say about 3 years, maybe now. Probably about 3 years now.
Cool, cool. What about, so you've been gardening 3 years, or YouTube, into YouTube 3 years?
Well, YouTube, I think I'm coming up on year two.
Okay.
I was gardening before I started YouTube, messing around in the garden. I always grew up around it, like far as when I go to my grandparents' house in South Georgia. Like
Hmm.
I always grew up around it, and it was always in the back of my head and stuff like that. But I want to. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to. What sparked it? It was two things. My wife made me. Well, I say made. My wife asked me to clean some collard greens, and I've never done that before. So after she showed me what to do, and I cut it up and all that stuff, and I was like, I love collard greens, but
Okay.
after I was done, I was like, is this enough? Like after I did all this, like all we have is this.
Once you put it in that pot and cook it down, it's for sure going to disappear.
She didn't even have me do all that. She had me blanch it and put them in the bag and freeze it
Okay.
so she could do it like 2 days later or something. It was something coming up. So it just wasn't a lot of collard greens to me. So I was like, I want to grow some collard greens to be able to, because this is crazy. And then I started remembering how at my grandparents' house, they used to just go out in the backyard and get collard greens, turnip greens, whatever. So once I started Googling it, I ran across Led Farmer video,
Hmm.
him growing the mustard greens on his back porch.
Okay.
And it just kind of like lit a fire up under me during that time, far as trying to start a garden and stuff.
Cool, cool. I know. I often tell people when I started gardening. How many kids do you have, if you can say? Like,
I got two girls. My wife have two boys, so we like the
okay,
small Grady bunch.
okay, okay. Because that's the first video I ever seen of yours, and I didn't know you, and I didn't even know Miss Darcia's channel yet. Was
Hmm.
that video when you and your daughters was driving in the truck? And I
Hmm.
think it was some kind of like tour video, but all of y'all was just saying, "Go and get some dirt, go and get some dirt." That
Oh yeah.
video, right? So that video came up in my suggestions, and I'm like, Sunday Backyard Farmer. So I watched that video, and I guess with all of the way YouTube is started, most YouTubers, for me, I think as a man, Mine started, and the reason why I asked you about your kids, mine started because gardening full time, like really gardening, was because of my children. And it was something when I had my first son. I grew up in the country, so it's kind of gardening. I mean, they do farms out there in the country. So I
Yeah.
used to work with a couple of farmers and stuff, just small, get marbles. You know, they used to pay us in marbles back then. But it wasn't until I had my son and I was going by the Gerber products and all that stuff on that baby aisle.
Yeah.
that
All the
and
peas and all that mashed up peas and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
I didn't know, and it shows you people just don't know. I'm trying to buy the organic ones. I'm trying to get the healthiest stuff possible. And then I was starting to look at the stuff. It was like it started changing, like turkey and rice. I'm like, turkey and rice? Like, how is they making this? I'm still in my mind thinking that baby food is made different from regular food,
Mhm.
And so it was then that I started talking to some older people, and it was like, you buying that stuff? Like, if you want to have turkey and rice, use what y'all cook and blend it up. That's the same thing in a bottle.
Yeah.
And so that sparked my mind, like, wait, I can actually grow this carrot stuff, this sweet potato stuff, these peas that's in this little bottle, and then it's not processed. So
Mhm.
for me, it was more so like when I started, I wasn't really thinking about myself or being healthy. I was just thinking, I'm good. I wanted something better for my kids. And then,
Mhm.
then after that, I guess it just balloons into a love of liking it more, being more fulfilled within yourself. Um, have you ever had the thought as a father, I have to grow this for my children to have something better, even beyond yourself?
Yeah, I thought beyond myself, but not just my children. My mentality is kind of modeled when it come to that after my grandfather, when it was more so like my grandfather had enough for all of his kids plus the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I want my family, my mom, my close relatives and stuff to be able, I want to have abundance for them. If they want to come shopping in my backyard, they can go shopping in my backyard. And my particular household have what it needs as well.
Oh, cool, cool. So when you go from that, is Led Farmer, is he the one that actually, when you go from gardening to YouTube gardening, is
Mhm.
Led Farmer basically the one, after watching that video, that made you decide to become a YouTube gardener,
Yeah, I just said
so to
on his
speak?
channel when he went on that 6 hour live, the 6.5 hour live.
The one he
Just
just did like yesterday or 2 days ago?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he I wanted to do a YouTube channel. I own a auto repair shop. So I used to want to do a YouTube channel with my shop or just different stuff like that for years. But it just, I felt like every time I was bringing it up or saying things about it, it was just, I was letting other people the way they felt about it take over or knock my fire down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to the gardening, what really pushed it is what Led Farmer did that YouTube challenge. He was like, man, y'all, I advise y'all to start a channel. Y'all do this, do that, just step out there, whether
Mm-hmm.
you got information or not, is like, just start from somewhere,
Yeah.
So I think it's a couple of us, we call us the class of 2021, stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's a lot of us out there who started when he started that challenge.
Oh, cool, cool. And that's the truth. He's actually done a lot of those. I remember, I mean, even before his channel got a little bit bigger, he was
Mhm.
always one into trying to get other people to share. It wasn't about a money thing. It was just, I think the basic idea is no one can be you. Like no one can give the
Exactly.
information like you can. And I think that's something that people that's a little hesitant about starting, it's always something that you can bring that Growth Family Network could never bring. That Sunday Backyard Farmer, Jess Darshaw, New Orleans Gardener, or Led, or anybody can bring that flair, that personal touch is what makes YouTube YouTube,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
I was going to say. It took me a while because I don't like being in front of the camera, And if you new to being in front of the camera, or if you ever watched an old video or just you messing around with your phone, you sound different than what you actually think you sound like.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get used to the way I sound. I didn't like the way I sound. I used to say like 50, 11 times. Like I had to get used to all that. And I just had to, slowly chop at it. And I made sure not to, I almost said again. I made sure not to get rid of my old videos because I wanted people to see the progression. Also me. I wanted to be able to see, how far I came or, the growth.
I used to just say right all the time. You know what I'm saying? Right? This looks like this, right? I used to go so crazy when I replayed my video. It used to drive me crazy. I'm like, dude, are you retarded? Why you keep saying that over and over and over and over? I used to be right. I probably still do it sometimes, but not like when I first understood what I was doing. I was like, right. I'm like, man.
Yeah, when I got to the point when I edit, I knew how the curve looked when I said
Oh,
like in the sound, like I'm like, that's get rid of that. That's get rid of that.
Unimportant home said, I say so much. Yeah, I guess everybody get those because you're nervous.
Yeah, unimportant homestead. Matter of fact, I think I met him on your channel that night when you was letting people come up and talk and everything like that. And I met him. I like his content. I like the way, to me, I love the way he shoot his videos.
Mm-hmm.
I like the different angles that he used and stuff like that. So that's why I like watching his channel too. He got great information, but I really pay attention to the way he shoot his videos.
Cool. With that being said, tell us, like when you're looking at your videos, from a video standpoint, what do you think you bring to, if you can say this, if I'm even going to word it right, what do you think you bring to YouTube? Are you trying to bring to your platform that maybe you don't see much of on other platforms as far as like a video quality or style?
My wife say I'm hard on myself when it comes to my videos. I would say, and it's not to step on nobody else's toes.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to include a little more family stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would do more like a vlog. I would do more like a vlog style video. And I'm just taking people along with my. Wait. What do you want to say? Because you're gonna bother me the whole time.
Who's that? Oh, hey, look, hey, that's a beautiful couple there, bro.
I think
love it. I love it.
He brings storytelling through his cinematography.
Yeah.
Like he tells the story with the lens of the camera, right? We're all video recording to some degree or another, whether we're experts or not, but you and I don't do bad, but him, this one, it's like his camera tells the story. It's like the angles, and like when he did the reveal of our new garden, that was so exciting. Like I was excited because I don't get to see his content before he puts it out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did when y'all see it.
And he doesn't see mine until I drop it.
Oh, cool. That's different than the way me and Bells does it, because Bells would like shoot a lot of stuff, and I'm like, babe, you gonna learn how to do some editing, please? He's killing me. Or she'll do like straight. She gonna shoot her stuff straight. And I'm like, no, it's hard for me. Even though
I was forcing you to watch the whole entire thing and figure out where you're gonna cut or not.
Okay, well, I'll go and let the men be men. But hey, Barb and Gigi Naturals, thanks for giving the sister some love.
Cool. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, what she said. So that's what I bring to the knowledge. But yeah, I just try to bring more family-oriented stuff. And I keep repeating myself with this. It reminds me of the reason I do more family stuff and try to get behind the scenes. I mean, I got video of my daughter driving at, I think 12, driving the car and stuff like that. But growing up, you know, my family members or aunties and stuff had different home videos of stuff that we have no idea where it's at. Like, we don't know where it's at, if it got recorded over. I talked to her recently, honestly. She said she has a lot of it. I told her I want to go through it. But like, if it's a birthday or something that I'm capturing and some of my family members weren't able to be there, I want them to be able to click and feel like that they was a part of it, or feel like they didn't really miss out on something. So just that whole connectivity there. And I do have it backed up because I do understand that, you know, nothing's promised on YouTube, of course.
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons I started too, especially if, like, the girls you have, right? Like, they're not gonna, we all know they're not gonna be that age forever, you know. And me catching, like, I was watching a video I did, it's been about 3 years ago. My daughter Fiona, we was out in the front yard by the raised bed. And if I'm telling you, my eyes didn't just tear up, not because she was doing anything, it's just because she was so small and tiny, you know, and it's like, it's almost over, you know. So I'm like really in a daze. And that's what I wanted to do too, because we take a lot of pictures, and because of the cell phones, our generation, and I don't know how old you are, but our generation, we had.
I just turned 40.
Okay, so I'm 38.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So we had the Polaroid cameras, and our moms had the picture albums in the house, but people don't really have that anymore, because everything is just take 1,000 pictures with a phone and you can post it online. So it's so easy now I've had so many different phones with so many pictures of my kids being born. And then one day what happens? I dropped the phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything backed up, you know, or the phone just stopped working, or I get locked out where you got to do a hard reset on the phone. And so when I looked at YouTube, I was like, man, you know, it'd be a cool thing. And I didn't know anything. I was a little naive about the rules of YouTube, you know, that they could take you down. I just saw YouTube had been up since 2005. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna always be there. So I was like, if I can just upload all this stuff on YouTube, I can watch my children grow, I can watch the house change, like all of that stuff, like a time capsule or video capsule. And that was it wasn't money. I think that was one of the biggest reasons, was having that video.
It's like a big hard drive.
Yeah. And I got a hard drive, bro. And the hard drive started acting up one day. I don't know anything about hard drives. I'm like, dang, it's going slow. And one day I went to the hard drive, tried to get on it. Nothing. So what I heard was, the dude finally told me, is you can't put, like, I think I had a 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. Well, you can't keep putting stuff on it because it can malfunction. You gotta, like, I think 80% them out.
Yeah.
And so I sent mine off to one place. They couldn't do it. They sent it to somebody else. And every time they sent it to somebody else, the price kept going up on me. And they noticed your prized possession is your memories. Yeah. So dude at first was like, oh, bro, it'd be about $200. The next guy I went to, he couldn't do it. He was like, bro, it's gonna be like $350. Then he was like, but I can't do it. I know another guy. They sent it to somebody else. It was at like 500 and something. I told him, I said, man, you don't send me back my hard drive. Yeah, I ain't about to. The price just keeps going up because they know you want those memories.
Exactly.
So I think that's one of the biggest things for people that's afraid to start a channel. Even if YouTube I don't really subscribe to saying YouTube gonna be down one day. Hey, they all probably might be down or whatever, but just to know that at least you tried to save some memories. And I look at YouTube as storage space.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said hard drive earlier. I was saying utilizing YouTube as a hard drive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And basically, I mean, I got so many unlisted videos in my thing. Like if I record something and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, I upload it to YouTube and just leave it unlisted. If I'm losing space on my phone, might never use it, but I think that's just a crazy way or cheap way to save some space when they want you buying space out in the cloud, you know?
Yeah.
with your wife, how does that work with you and Miss Darsha, two YouTubers in the same household, and I'm sure two people with jobs in the same household, separate from YouTube? How does all that look in a household? Do y'all have like a separate office, or are y'all both in one office?
It doesn't work at all. No, I'm just playing. It's not. I think people think it's complicated, but to me it's not. I started YouTube. When I started my YouTube, I didn't even tell her. I just did it because I was done telling. I was done telling anybody about anything. I was just like, I'm gonna just do it. So I think it took probably about 3 months, maybe, for her to even find out I had a YouTube. So then, with her personality and the way that she is, I want. What's wrong?
Go ahead. I want to hear you tell a story. It's like a delay up there.
So the question that you asked, this is the problem right here. This is the problem. This is answering your question right here, buddy. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The camera's catching everything.
Hey, that's what family is. If Bells was here, she would probably be right here on side of me too. Sometimes that's how Bells is. Like if I'm about to do a live stream, I'm like, babe, I'm about to do a live stream. You want to come on? She busy. She got kids and stuff. And then after that, I start seeing her coming around the corner, a little bit looking like I guess she finished what she's doing. And I'm like, come on, baby, come get on the live stream.
No, I like when I'm live, I don't like going live by myself. So if I go live, like I feel like I need her. You know what I'm saying? So
it helps.
It definitely helps. But you done?
Especially if you can stay, Miss Darsha, you can stay, because especially if it's a family channel, the same thing when I first started, just like you, I didn't tell anybody. I think I was about a year or two in before my mom even knew I had a YouTube channel. I probably was about, I'll have to go and look to see how long before Bells first came on a video on our channel, because it was just me out in the yard because I'm out there by myself. So I just started doing videos. And I think maybe around that video, I'll tell you what happened, because women, just like your wife, and no disrespect, but women are so beautiful and photogenic, right? So I was doing all these videos and I was like 50 views, 100 views, right? But then when Bells, I did a video with Bells and I had like 1,000 views. And I'm like, family channel. I'm like, I can't do this by myself. I said, you need to come out here. You need to be out here, and that's how it is. I get it. I understand or whatever. So,
but I told her the same thing, but it was like if she was on the thumbnail, it was like the views would be like, and to me, I mean, back then it was like if I was getting like 8 views, but with her, I get like 50 views, and I'd be like, see, every time you,
that's a huge increase.
And I was telling her, I said, if I put you on here, then I get views. If I don't, then it's like nobody cares. So, but it's to me, it's fine. Like me and her being in the same household and creating and stuff like that, because it's so separate. Like it's still so separate. I may get some behind the scenes in my video that like if people follow her, that they can see when something was being made, it may cross up like that. But other than that, it's so separate. But I was trying to get her to start a YouTube channel because how you see how crazy she is, and just how animated she is, I'll say.
Yeah.
And
lively.
Yeah. So I was trying to get her to get a YouTube, but she was like, no, I got to do this. She had just all this stuff going on. So I asked my followers, I told them to go to her Instagram and just comment on her last video or post and say YouTube. So she woke up with all these notifications on Instagram with other people telling her to do YouTube, just commenting YouTube. So that's what made her start.
Yes, because I was not going to do it.
So she didn't listen to me. She listened to all of y'all.
No, no, it was like because he wanted. First of all, my husband don't like to share me in general. Period.
Now that's hard. Now that's one thing I find as a man, because just women don't watch YouTube. So you gotta kind of, at first you might feel some way, like somebody said, man, that woman is beautiful. Like, oh, this lady is beautiful. And you like, do I want my wife to be on this thing with all these old crazy dudes gawking over her and stuff?
And it helped me once it's like, because I started first before her. And so some of the people who would talk about her or comment, it's like I know a lot of their character.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to put that in perspective to be like, he don't mean it like this. Like, stop acting like we walking down the street. You know, he mean it like this. They're supportive and stuff like that. So it did take me a mind job. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, when I'm out in the street, I don't look approachable at all. Like I try to smile, but my face naturally goes into don't approach
a man.
Yeah.
And then in real life, which you may not know, but I've had a person that I've never met before stalking me since 2015.
Wow.
And he got arrested twice and convicted, and now he's back busy again. You know what I mean? So my husband is very, very protective of me because, like I said, I've never even met this person. It was the moment I became chief of staff or elected official, and I became very visible. He just got asphyxiated, and then just, you know.
Wow. And that's one thing that this is work. That's one thing that YouTube can take and multiply. So I guess as a man, and if y'all going through that kind of situation where you like, how can I keep my wife more protected instead of how can I show more people that could be stalking her? You know what I mean?
And I used to, well, I still do. She'll be just talking on her lives and she'll say, yeah. And then I'm like, man, if you don't be quiet. And I can't text her because she just be all in, she just be talking and stuff, and she don't pay attention to her phone.
Like if I say, well, Sunday's at work and and then he get upset.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I've told her that's one thing I think that I had about, I can't remember when this was, but I did a video about it after some people showed up at the house. And my wife was here with my kids, and we practice this all the time. Don't open the door, talk through the door. I mean, practice it all the time. And Bells called me, she was like, somebody's here and they say they know you from YouTube. And I'm like, wait, where are they? And she was like, I'm standing out here with them. I lost my mind because I'm like, are you crazy? Like, I don't know these people. Like, these people will actually try to follow your videos, try to see
where you at.
Yeah, is he on this side of town? What part of the town? Like, and it's crazy to me. I don't do it, but people do it all the time. And so the more you try to put yourself out there, you really do have to be a little bit more careful, because you might not think of yourself as a celebrity or something that somebody's like, ain't nobody worried about me. She might tell you that, ain't nobody worried about me, but they got about 5 dudes that's crazy about you. You know what I mean? And that's the ones you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Someone said we stay strapped. We know we got your back over here. Yeah. So Miss Darsha got started. Tell me this, because this is something, and we're coming up on the new year. This is something I think every YouTuber does. With your channel, I guess we'll start with the channel first and then kind of go off into the garden. Are you looking to spend more time on your channel? Like, what are you looking to change to hopefully try to make your channel better in regards to maybe get more views? Or what are some things that you're trying to think about doing to kind of tweak the channel just a little bit from your end?
I got to get some other stuff squared away, because my problem is time. I don't have, that's, my name is Sunday Backyard Farmer because the only time I was in the backyard and my garden was on Sundays. That's it. Like, that was all the time I had after church. And then her cooking, and then it's like I really didn't have that much time. So I mean, I got a lot of ideas of different things. You know, we're in a new house with a much smaller backyard. It made me be a little more creative on the space and ideas and stuff that I have rather. I do want to do more interviews. I want to do more interviews. I want to do more lives, but I want to do more interviews on people in the community. Like not in like the YouTube garden community, but more so the people in my community are
okay.
I've seen houses since I was a kid that every year got a garden, every year got banana trees out this world and stuff like that. So if I've been seeing that since I was a kid, these people probably 80-some years old.
Go ahead, I heard something.
these people probably 80-some years old. I mean, I would have taken old school. It ain't safe, but I want to take it old school and knock on their door.
Yeah.
And get their story, because who knows how long their story gonna be around? Who knows who else knows about their background or their story or why they're gardening and what pushes them, and is it therapeutic for them? Like these people houses, and I know it's the same people because it still got the same type of setup. It ain't like somebody bought the house and knocked everything else down and redid it. No, it's the same people. So I want to ride around the city and record myself knocking on strangers' doors that I've been seeing since I was a kid. Like I said, it ain't safe, but that's what I want to do. And we just talk about stalkers and stuff like that, but I'm talking about older people gardening, and I gotta have this hat on to let their guard down.
yeah. Or have Miss Darcy with you. You know, I'm just telling you, I'm just being, and I'm not saying that as a pretty.
Come on in here, son. Yeah, bring your lady too.
No, I'm not saying it as a beautiful woman type thing. I mean,
you just saying
as you a man by yourself. Yeah, it's just like if a man coming down my thing, I'm like, whoa, what this dude want? But if a man and his wife, you know, that look, you know, upkept and everything, you'll be a little bit more, I guess, not defensive.
Take the edge off.
Yeah, on that initial interaction, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I've had sometimes, man, where like, okay, so I'm in Louisiana. We people are real friendly when a natural disaster happens, but we're not really that friendly to strangers
day to day.
Yeah, on the day to day. So a lot of times where when I was coming up and we used to ride by these houses with these huge pear trees, huge orange trees, many times, and I'm gonna be honest, I would let Bells go up and knock on the door. It's crazy. I don't do it anymore because I got my own. But the only reason I would do it is because many times if I know it's an older lady or something at the house, I let Bells go. I just stay in the car and she'll go and ask them and pick. And if I pass a couple of times and I see it's an older man, well, generally like something like this, I would stop, make sure that I'm not just in my old beat up clothes. I would have like a little suit on or something, just acting like, man, you not been passing by and, you know, seeing the tree, man, nobody don't pick off of it. And many times his mom doesn't passed away 15 years ago. And you see it every year. The stuff just drops on the ground out here, man. Yeah. You just get tired of eating it. So I don't do it anymore because, like I say, we kind of got our own thing. But I have had plenty of times where we just stop and hold conversation and start talking. And people generally that's growing a lot of food or with those bigger trees, they really don't mind sharing because their family is not getting it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, this is one guy house I used to pass all the time. And I can see his garden work, but I can't catch him outside. And I don't want to go down his driveway. He got one of them driveways. You just don't go down.
Oh, the only way you come down here is if you know me driveway.
You can see stuff from the side street, but on the main street where his driveway at, you know, you don't need to be going down there.
Cool. So we got you talking the way have you been on? I saw Broke Foreman was on. Have you been on Broke Farmer's channel at all? Like
yeah.
on the Sunday interviews?
Broke was the first person who brought me up. I think I probably had maybe, I don't even know if I had 100 subscribers. And Broke was the first person to bring me up. I don't even know why he brought me up. He the first person who brought me up. Okay. So yeah, I've been rocking with Broke for a minute. Broke's hilarious to me.
yeah, I know he does. He does. What his is at like 7 o'clock on Sundays?
No, usually 3:05.
3:05. Oh, so I ain't gonna put.
Now he already went live. He went live early today, and then he told people about this live.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the same time every Sunday, and I don't know why I only see. Maybe I only check it in the afternoon. But I thought it was a more of an evening type thing.
Nah, Broke is if he do it in the evening, it's probably a pop-up or something like that. But usually he's 3:05 on the dot, unless he changed something up.
Okay. So go check out Broke Farmer. Looks like he changed his name from the numbers on it. Used to be 76, right?
Yeah, he changed that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just noticing it. Cool. So anybody have any questions for Mr. Nick at Sunday Backyard Farmer?
Yeah, and I see Odom in the chat. Odom's a good, I like Odom. Odom's a good channel as well. I started watching. He's pretty, I would say he's pretty new, but I like Odom. He did a live, I think earlier this week on Thursday. That was pretty they got into some deep conversation, man. It was like some men opening up. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate them being transparent on that live. It's something he's starting to get it off your chest Thursdays or something like that. And just the fellas on the panel started opening up, and I was like, wow, it was some deep stuff, and I appreciated that. That transparency.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in the zone now. I was looking at Led Farmer's video about YouTubers, beware YouTube content creators. Mm-hmm. And I think, and I started to, and I text Led, and I was telling him, that I think I'm at the point now where if it's anything that I will change, is to go back to the way I used to do videos, not like just by myself or anything, but more less political. And I talked to a couple of people that in the gardening community, I mean, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I don't really mention their names at all. But one thing I was struggling with is that opening up part, like you said, like that. I guess it's not going to be the kind of opening up that I'm used to doing. And that's one thing. I guess it has to be topic related, because anything in a world like this, it's like you can't really totally be yourself. Mm-hmm. I guess you save that for your family behind closed doors, like the old people used to say. And it's understanding when you get a platform, when you have a platform, that there's a message that you can try to get out. And many times you can let your own self cloud out the true message. And since I started in the gardening community, I had a belief that it's a reason that I actually started here, because if you look on Bev's channel, the first video we actually did was a photography video. I'm really into faces and photography and those shots and angles and all of that. And for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, I came here, and I was accepted here in this gardening community. And I'm not just saying like Black gardening community or nothing, because I mean, I have subscribers from, I mean, they're going to come from everywhere. Just people that love to garden and get away from the world, I guess I can say.
Yeah.
So if it's one thing that I would like to open up to change, it's to come more back to like what you were saying, and I've been talking to Bells about it as well, coming more back to more like a vlog style, family style, incorporating life and the garden into the videos. It's something I think would just help a person be more well-rounded. To show more. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it, because it's like when you're passionate about something, or if you see something that I guess we just say rub you the wrong way, and you're calling yourself being real about it and transparent about it, and or bringing stuff like I watch a lot of them videos. I know what you're talking about, or a lot of your older videos or whatever, that I was there in the moment. And you brought up some stuff I had to research, and I found out, you know what I'm saying, that I wouldn't have never even looked up unless I heard it from you. And I'm not saying that to like say keep doing what you're doing, but I understand the battle of where you coming from.
And that video, and I guess what I lost, that video Led did, it really it made me feel, and I text him too, it made me feel like my dad was talking to me. You know, I guess we get off into like the spiritual world or whatever, but my dad used to always tell me, he used to say, you know, King, you're a good kid. And he was older. My dad was born in 1937. I tell people all the time. So he was like my grandpa when I was born already.
Yeah.
But he used to tell me, he's like, man, you're a good kid. People love you. You good with people. He used to say, but son, one problem you got is you hot-headed and you don't listen. And I'm like, at the same time he telling me that, you know, I'm like, and we never had I don't disrespect my elders or anything. So I never had how I watch people talk to their parents today, like cursing and fussing back with them. It never was any of that. Like I was too afraid to try any of that.
You be waking up off the ground.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, he just telling me like real quiet. He wasn't fussing. And my dad was fussing, you might as well just leave because he going off the rails. But when he really sitting down trying to impart wisdom, he just talking like me and you. And it wasn't until I think my dad passed in like 2012 or something. It wasn't until I saw that video that my dad's words came back into me. Because he used to tell me, you know, you're not gonna win every battle, no matter what battles you want to get in. Sometimes you gotta walk away. And here I am on a gardening channel. I guess what I'm thinking in my mind, I'm fighting YouTube. Like, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another lady, new friend of mine, I was talking to her, and she just told me, she said, King, people know, right? Our channel is to give people something else to go to. Like whatever you got on your mind, whatever you think, nobody can see this, or I need to say this. She was like, King, I want you to know that people already know.
This is more like a reprieve for people when they coming to us on this platform most of the time too.
Yeah. And I guess I was losing sight of that, right? Like, I don't know. I guess you don't want to. I don't know. I guess you wouldn't want to go to another platform expecting one thing and not getting that one thing anymore. As far as mentally, you getting that relief, and you like, oh shit, over here too. You know, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's almost like going to work, dealing with the BS, and then coming home and having to deal with it.
Yeah. Just like I was just talking to you, some guy texting me from work, asking me about some work stuff. I'm like, I'm not at work, man. I don't want to think about work. I don't want to text about work. But
yeah,
that's that on call life. Have you and Miss Darsha?
Yes.
Have y'all found?
See, she just hovering, man.
I figured you was around.
Well, you said my name, so now I appear like you need to bow.
Stay there. Have y'all, because this happens, just like what I just seen broke changed his little last numbers off his name. We was Louisiana Gardening Family, then I changed it to Grow Family Network. Are y'all more comfortable with having the channels like y'all have it now, or have y'all ever discussed some type of merge? or do you just use your channel as a merge of the family channel?
We both, well, she already changed her name, and I think it was the best thing that she did. So I'll let her.
It's not just Dorsha anymore? I thought it was just
my channel started out as Cooking with Dorsha.
Oh, okay.
And when I got about a little under, it was probably about 400 or something followers, then I changed. I was like, I don't want to be put in a box, right? Because cooking is one dynamic, and it was probably the gateway. And so my husband would record me a lot of times cooking Sunday suppers and then put me on his channel, right? But, you know, though doing those cooking videos, it you know, well, you do editing. So I shoot and I edit, and then I had to teach myself what software tool, whatever I was going to use to edit. And doing videos is very time consuming and it's very laborious, and it just became not fun. Right. And I told him, if I have to do something and it's not paying me money, it needs to be fun, and it needs to bring me some level of, you know, reprieve for myself, because I have a very serious job with a lot of responsibility. Then I got to come home and then do YouTube, and it's not making me money. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about some coins. I'm talking about some real money. I'm like, so I was having a conversation with Turf Therapy, and he says, while you're a younger channel, if you want to shift, that would be the perfect time to shift, because now you don't have the demands on you. Like, you just got to cook. And if you don't cook, then blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, let me shift now, because anyone who comes into the equation now, they will not be disappointed. Now, I do cook on Sundays at 5, but outside of that, I don't have to do the cooking videos. They're very laborious, sitting up here going through a whole meal and doing this. And then I got to edit. And then I'm spending hours and hours of editing and blah, blah, blah. And I had to teach myself DaVinci Resolve. And now I found a tool that's even, I mean, it was just too much. Oh, my audio's off, this off. I was like, this is work. This is not good for me. And I was about to leave YouTube altogether, because my main platform for social media is LinkedIn, right? Like, I have a massive following over there. And I was like, why am I even doing YouTube, right? But it's like your husband or your spouse. But in my instance, my husband saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, right? And I was like, yeah, I can do it. And he wanted me to share the different facets of my personality. So, like, even when I look at my first cooking videos, it's kind of painful, right? It's like, hello, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Dorsha.
And that's nothing like she's nothing like that. She's nothing like that.
And he would try to say it in the nicest way. He'd be like, babe, number one, you did a good job. He was like, but you know, it's so like work, like the PowerPoint, like move to slide 2 and da da da. He was like, I need more of your personality, like how you are. And he said, because you're funny. And I said, I don't think I'm funny. You think I'm funny. Stop thinking I'm a joke. I am not a joke. I am not funny, shawty. I'm about to tell you something. Like, if Baltimore come out in here, I ain't funny. And then next thing you know, one day I said, you know, then it's like this destination called perfect that don't exist. You want your video to be perfect. Everything got to be perfect. You messed up on your subject verb agreement, and that wasn't perfect. Let me get rid of the whole shot. I was like, you know what? Either people take me as I am, or they'll just leave it. But at the end of the day, you know, I love me, and everyone else's like is just extra. You know what I mean? So I changed to just Dorsha, and guess what? I've grown.
Cool. And that's one thing I think I realized. I don't know about years ago, but since I came on YouTube, it's like finding what you love first, what you said, right? If you don't like doing it and you're trying to start YouTube for business reasons, like you'll see a Will Smith or somebody, they're going to come on and they're going to just blow up. It's because Will Smith has been working since 1989. And this is just the more on what he's already done. So a lot of times when you start a channel, and I think people look for the I guess the recipe, and more so the recipe is, to me, is having fun no matter what, no matter who watches. I remember, to me, I'm a challenge type guy. I'm not used to doing something a long time because I'm a Gemini. We like to like little bit here, little bit there, little bit here. I'm doing that. I'm tired of that. Next thing. And so YouTube to me was like a challenge, getting monetized, getting views. I used to sit up, and this is true. I don't know if they're going to ding me for this or whatever, but my first video that I uploaded to YouTube, if it had 100 views, 80 of them was me. like that's what I was doing. I was so ingrained in trying to beat the system. That's just how, I guess I'm young. That's how I am. I'm like, okay, I got this computer on, I got that one on, I got this one on. Every time I go off, I'm playing. I'm playing my own thing. Then I come back to my phone and somebody else is playing, and I'm like, I didn't press that. I press mine again, you know. So, but one thing I think about is longevity. If you can stay around, how you were saying how you wanted to leave, it's something about this platform that you can have a video. I had a video that was like 2 years old, and all of a sudden it just started getting views, and I'm like, I don't understand this place, you know. Like, why is nothing to these videos? Or like my most viewed video, I took 6 minutes outside the yard with a shovel and an ant pile. To me, it was like, I don't want to say stupid, but to me, it was like, I need to put a video up today. What I'm gonna do? Oh, let me go show these people how to get rid of ants, like how we do it in the country. Like, that's what I'm not thinking that it's gonna take off. So I think one of the most important things is loving. And I think that's when you get that, whatever it is, that blow up or whatever, when you really just keep loving what you're doing no matter what. Like, I have a job already. So when I started, I wasn't like, I need the money. I was real content with the job I had. And so when you don't have that pressure on you, it's even easier to put those videos out. Even now, look, I'm almost at 100,000 views. So I don't know how many subscribers y'all have. Almost at 100,000 subscribers. That means nothing, right? And put a video out, 500 views. And then I look at somebody else that got 5,000 subscribers, and their video might have 200,000 views.
Yeah.
So that's the really, as I grow and mature, my main focus now is to just share the content I say I want to share with the world, and then let the chips fall where they may, so to speak. Because it's difficult. It's heartbreaking to put a lot of hard work into something and almost seems like it's not appreciated when you know you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that with the cooking. Like, there are so many. YouTube is over inundated with cooking. So, you know, I can cook, but it's not something I'm passionate about. But with me and him having our separate channels, like, we cross-pollinate. Like, I appear in his videos, he appears in mine. But now I found a new passion on my YouTube journey. I like doing the 30-minute vlogs of my week. I really like it. And if you look on my channel, those are the most views outside of my shorts. My shorts do well, but my vlogs, you know, if I drop one, it'll probably get about 1,000 views. You know what I mean? Like, and I only have 1,000 followers, right? I mean, 1,200 followers, right? So I'm like, go ahead. Somebody interested in my little life and my little piece of world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it just showed me a lot of the stuff, like even in her vlogs, that, you know, things that I'm not there for as far as her day to day. I get to see like the behind the scenes of that. I get to enjoy that too. But to tap back into what you were saying, like, when I started this garden page, I wasn't like, money wasn't in my head. Making money on YouTube wasn't in my head. I used to always say, man, I'm just, you know, I felt like when you started adding the money aspect
Broke saying cross-pollination, Dorsha with the verbiage, you know.
Hey. I heard you. It ain't slide over me. I just trying to let Mr. Nick talk.
She just give me
a slide. I like that.
But I always kept the money aspect away from my head. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, because I felt like if I started thinking about money or you know, getting stuck on views and stuff like that, once again, it wasn't going to be fun for me. Mm-hmm. So I do think I had a conversation. I won't say the person's name right now, but I had a conversation with a person, and they just told me, you know, just be ready. You know what I'm saying? Just have your stuff in order, so if something does happen, you're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes sense, like what you're saying, because I started looking at it like that too. Like all these little, I shouldn't say little videos, all of these videos people are putting out, or y'all are putting out as content creators. Just like you said, you never know when or if it's going to go viral. So to me, that's, once again, you're doing these videos, but that bring it back to gardening. You're planting a seed. You know, you never know when you're ready to harvest off of that particular seed, whether it's 2 years ago, 3 months ago, you never know when it's going to catch. So that's the way I look at it. So I just, once I talked to the person and they told me that, I just wanted to make sure I had my stuff in order. So, you know, I wasn't even looking to get monetized. And once I got monetized, I'm like, okay, things that they were saying making sense. So I look at it, the videos, whether you think it's minute or it don't mean nothing, you're still planting a seed, and you may get a harvest one day. You know, you just don't know when that day is, but you got to be ready for it.
I also like the fact that we both know how to shoot and we both know how to edit, right? Yeah. Because in me doing my own and him not helping me, then, you know, I had to learn something new, and I'm always open to growing myself, learning a new skill, whatever. And I think that helps. You know what I mean? It's just like, it was a challenge he gave me. I accepted it, and now I know how to do something that I didn't know how to do before.
Wow. With that being said, now this is how I got started. I can't remember if I think we were saving up, and we said we was gonna save. Don't think I got no money, y'all. So nobody come rob me. But me and Bells had a challenge where we would save $1,000 a month. Right. And when I got that $1,000, I was looking at these videos. I wanted to start doing photography on YouTube. And I started looking at cameras, like what's the best camera? I want the best videos. I want the best everything, right? Because I'm looking at y'all, I'm getting to something because I'm looking at y'all camera and I'm looking at my camera. Y'all camera look 10 times better than mine, but we ain't gonna talk about it right now. But when I paid, this was like 900. I think it came up to like 930 or so for the first packet, the Canon camera with the lens, just to get started. That was my initial investment. And now I look back on it, and I probably made on YouTube. I guess I don't know how to say it, but
say it.
Let me see. Anyway, over $20,000-$30,000. Just put it that way, right?
Okay.
On YouTube from that $900 investment. So I guess my question to you is, when you guys started, what was, if any of y'all already had the supplies, what was that initial investment that y'all dived in to purchase?
Oh, dang. No, this is a divided household. That's what I was going to say. This is a divided household.
I use my Samsung Galaxy 22 to record all of my stuff. And the software that I use now, because at first I was using DaVinci Resolve, and that's free, but it's a little more complicated. Now I use another one that's $14.95 a year. So my expenses are I say I have to get a return on my investment to push more money into something. The microphone that I have that's, you know, I probably wouldn't have bought because of how much it cost. He got it for me. But yeah, that's it as far as me. I'm not fancy, and yeah. It's just a phone.
But that camera is good on those up-to-date phones. Look at this is like a Straight Talk Walmart. I'm just saying, I never really was
nothing wrong with
buy,
Straight Talk. We got one for a house phone.
Yeah, I never was one to buy the high price phone because I just didn't until I started vlogging, realizing how good those cameras were. Now looking back on it, I probably would have did better buying a $900 phone or something, a $500 iPhone. But at that point, that Canon, that DSLR camera, I was like, YouTube told me go get it, and that's what I got to start with. What about you, Mr. Nick?
I've been
you
blessed.
bought that microphone, then I know you bought some other stuff for yourself.
Well, when I started, I'm trying to when I started, I record everything on my iPhone.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of I record everything on my iPhone. I got a gimbal for Christmas 2 years ago. I got a gimbal 2 years ago for Christmas.
And that's just a stabilizer, right?
For my phone, yes. And I got the laptop for Christmas.
Wife of the year
2 years ago from my wife. So
Mac Pro.
So I use my iPhone to record everything. Then for my birthday a year ago, I got a GoPro. But the GoPro does not work. It's not, well, the GoPro is awesome. Is my computer doesn't like the format, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there like Farmer Q who can figure that stuff out. But my GoPro don't like the format. Like when I video and try to put it on my computer to edit it, it's my what is it? It's my RAM or something on my computer is not enough for that to compute. So I just airdrop everything from my iPhone to my computer, and I use iMovie for all my stuff. So
that's what I use.
So that's just
right now you on the iPhone right now?
Well, the only way I get to use my GoPro is the camera I'm using. I got my GoPro hooked up to my laptop to use as a web camera.
Oh, okay.
But see, if he had a regular laptop like Windows and not a Mac, we wouldn't be having this problem, right? And I'm just saying, I mean, I'm not a Mac or iPhone hater, but I'm just saying.
She's a hater. But anyway,
I'm on my Mac right now. Hold on. So what's wrong with the Mac?
she just
I mean, this is not clear as you can see so you can see my I guess camera quality on this Mac compared to y'all.
Yeah, the camera quality on the Macs actually suck.
That's why.
That's why I'm using my GoPro.
Tell everybody, Mr. Nick. I know it sucks. I'm looking at
it. But before I got my GoPro, I was using, you could use your Canon camera and hook up to your laptop and use it as a web camera as well.
I was trying to figure out how to do that, but I just never could. I didn't have the time. I guess I buy all kind of little adapters and stuff, and like the videos I seen on YouTube just wasn't giving it to me.
It took me a minute too. Cool. It definitely did take me a minute.
That's one thing about being monetized, and I did a video about that too. Probably about 2-3 years ago when I first got monetized, and at the end of the year, YouTube sends you the W-2, and that's one thing I tell everybody that's creating, not to be afraid to spend money to make your channel better, because it's either you can pay yourself by buying equipment or you can pay the taxes. And I started from the times I had to pay my taxes, and I'm like, I feel embarrassed to say how much they got me for 1 year, but I was like, you mean to tell me I saved all this money? Because I'm like thinking I'm saving money. Oh, I got this saved, that saved. And then at the end of the year, it was like $4,000 that I had to pay back. And I'm like, wait, I could have used that. I was trying to save the money. I could have used that on the equipment that I wanted to have, that I wanted to get, and wrote it off against that. So that's something I always tell people. I know we like to try to save, but sometimes when you start making money, I think some of the best ways to make your YouTube better is to go ahead and do those, make those purchases, those, I guess, like these StreamYard things. Like you said, you got that $14.95 thing. I buy all kind of stuff like that.
I do subscriptions. Like there's a thing it's called Places, and it can help you like templates for like, intros and stuff like that. And I also put money into my merch. You know what I mean? It's like I find different ways to spend the money, because prior to being a chief of staff or elected official, I was a business consultant. I would set up people's businesses for them and teach them, how to spend their money to lower their tax liability. And I did marketing for 25 years. So, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, it's important to keep because there's one thing about what you were saying was when you was like, I'm doing all of this and ain't getting paid. And if you don't get that taxes part right, you're still doing all of this work without getting paid, So that's very important.
What up, Micro?
Hey, Micro.
I ain't seen Micro Farmer in a while.
Here you go, Micro.
Yeah.
So what are you? I think a good question for you all is, what do you love about the gardening community? Because I've been a part of it for a while. What is something you love about this gardening community that you said, man, I like being a part of this? Like you're looking at Micro Farmer, Broke Farmer, all these guys, and none of us probably have never seen each other before, led and so on. What do you actually love about the gardening community?
Oh, you gonna let me go first?
Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like it's not just in the garden community. I feel like even if you're in like the RV community, you may feel a little bit of that, but it's just what you said. It feels like community. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem or you got a question, people are so willing to help you and help you figure out that problem. And then they want to know, did it work? You know what I'm saying? People are just, when you have like-minded people, or when you have, an interest that both parties or whatever people are interested in, it just literally feels like a community. So when we even when we did when Black's Tropical Homestead did the Soil Family
the meetup
expo, Soil Family Expo, which going down again. I was so surprised that these are the same people that we've been talking to online, and they literally are exactly the same. Now I know that's not going to happen across the board. I know you may meet, a nutcase or something, but I'm a
little bit. I mean, yeah, but I'm not as laughy, like you said, walking down the street. Exactly. I'm not as laughy, gold showing, and all of that as you would think. Okay.
And I don't like people walking behind me. I don't like people walking up on. I'm very like jumpy, jittery, whatever.
Yeah, you should see how he treat me in the house.
I tell him don't sneak up on me. Why did you sneak up on me? But yeah, so it's just simple as that. It's community. Like that's what I enjoy about this this gardening thing. Like hands in the dirt, all them people, like it's just community.
What about you, Darcy?
So for me, definitely the sense of community, piggyback off of what he's saying. But what I have personally enjoyed, which may not be everyone's experience, but people who had larger channels like Turf Therapy, I didn't even know who he was. And he came, I went live. We went live for the first time, but we were on my channel, and he came into the chat. And I was like, okay, hello, Turf Therapy, who are you? And then Nick was like, you know who Turf Therapy is? I was like, no, I don't. I said, but I can get to know you. We can become fast cousins. And so then Turf was the first person to have me come on his live. And he was like, I want to have you come on here because there's something about you that I think other content creators should see, because you are authentic. You're not putting on a facade. You're not trying to be something that you're not. You're just totally transparent. And I like that. And I think it's going to help you grow, and it can help other people. And then T-Knob, it didn't matter that she was larger either. She just embraced us. Next thing you know, she had me come on and him come on and this, that, the other. And, you know, and Black's Tropical Homestead, right when I was about to give up and just say, forget YouTube, Sherry was like, well, you don't have to do a video. People like your personality. Why don't you just cook live from your kitchen? You could be cooking some toast, girl. People just want to spend time with you.
Yeah.
So then I started cooking live on Sunday, and it worked. You know what I mean? Or, you know, Micro Farmer, he came on my channel and we were just talking, but he's just, you know, he loves to joke and play and stuff, but he was like breaking down stuff about how you can just take sugar from your, you know, cabinet and go and what it does to your garden and stuff, whatever, just very simple stuff. But it was just like people just trying to help you, like Broke Farmer and stuff. The OCD-ish chick. When I dropped my book, my 5th book that I wrote, Nikki from the OCD-ish chick, she did a video and everything, giving me a shout out. People were buying the book and stuff. It's just, I didn't even know that YouTube had communities, right? Yeah. I wasn't a YouTuber like for content. Like if you Google something like how to make something and YouTube may come up, then that's fine. If not, I'm on Pinterest. But I never knew that you could send people money, that people went live on YouTube. I didn't know anything, you know? And so now I'm cross-pollinating, bringing people from LinkedIn over to YouTube and introducing them to it. Because most of the people who follow me on LinkedIn, they don't know either. They don't know that people go live on YouTube and there's communities and you can chat with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
What did you learn?
I don't know. I'm like a lone wolf or something. So my thing, I really took into account when I had the live stream when you came on, and I know my personality is like stay away from everybody, and that's just how I am. I love to have fun with people that I know, my family, but I don't do strangers. Like that's just the way we grew up. And so YouTube seems like a strange place to me. Even in the gardening community, I'm not at all involved, so to speak, with the gardening community. Like I sit back and I see all of the, you know, like Mr. Nick was saying, like the meetups and I see everybody getting together and all the live streams. I watch all of that stuff. I might never comment on it, but it's just, to me, I'm like, my personality is I'm over here and this is why I am. Like, I don't want to go over there with them, mama. You know, like I just want to stay with me. And my kids are more important to me than anything. So my focus is really on trying to make good citizens. Like that's where fatherhood is like. And a lot of times, to me, I try to, I guess, I don't know the right way to say it, but I don't try to go too far into the money, right? Like I could, like if I wanted, like long time ago, I could have, you know, got into the merch side and, you know, the money side, but it took so long before I even did super chats. Like I wanted it just to be just regular. But of course things grow and things change. But kind of like what Mr. Nick said, I think the best thing about here is the answers that I get. Like I can go on anybody's channel, and even if that particular person never replies, if you put that question in enough, somebody else will reply and respond. And then, like you say, you start to get to kind of seeing all these same faces over and over, no matter if you had a small channel or on Justin Rose or what's my boy name? The Asian guy. What's his name? John Kohler. I used to watch him so much that I can't even watch him no more. I just fall asleep when I put him on. That's how much I watch that dude channel. So,
I have a question for you.
go.
So it is said, matter of fact, Malcolm Gladwell says, in order to be considered an expert at anything, you have had to have done it for either 10,000 hours or 10 years, right? So do you feel like you're an expert when it comes to gardening? Part one. Then part two, what are your thoughts on like the groups, like the membership groups, whatever? Because like for me to join something, like I feel like the person need to be an expert. Like they've been doing this for at least a decade. You know what I mean? Whatever. But now because of YouTube, you get followings, like everybody's an expert. You know what I mean? But do you ever see yourself doing those like membership groups, and do you consider yourself an expert? Have you been doing this at least 10 years or for 10,000 hours?
No, I don't. First, I don't think I'm an expert because I watch everybody else. Like I get on Facebook and I look at everybody else when I'm having problems. I get answers from people that don't do YouTube. And one thing I often tell people is I wouldn't take much advice from a YouTube gardener, me personally, because I understand now. Before I was YouTubing, my gardens were a little bit better. I had time to garden and watch things and just be totally committed and focused to the garden, right? But once you start doing YouTube, then you kind of split yourself. And if you were at one time this expert, if you're on YouTube, you're going to have to devote some of your time to this creation side of YouTube to even get those videos up. Now, as far as I'm an expert in finding the answers, probably because I'm an expert at YouTube, right? But as far as being an expert gardener, I don't think that exists. How people say, I get the certificate and I'm a master gardener. I go to the nursery sometimes, and the answers. I'm still here, baby. I got a sick baby in the room. The answers I get from some of these people, I'm like, because I go ask some questions just when I already know the answer, and the answers you get from experts scares me.
The quote unquote experts.
Yeah, it scares me. And so that's why I don't. As far as I think the membership things is not about being an expert. I think like whoever you had talked to, I think the membership stuff is personality. Like a person loves you and they want to jump
more of your personality.
Yeah, because you're going to offer, the membership is only offering a little bit more than what you would offer on YouTube. So that you might do behind the scenes stuff or sitting down on the couch with your husband. Just it's little stuff like that is what people get those memberships for. Unless you're getting into real technical stuff like I do with stocks or something, and you want the membership because you want to see what options to play. That'll be more so like looking for expertise. But it's something like I think like cooking, vlogging, gardening, I don't think it's really about expertise. It's more so about the person and the personality, because we all kind of know how to plant a plant that we get from the nursery almost, but we really don't. We can't have you do it at our house. So you doing it as a membership thing is like the closest thing to you really being a part of my family. And I think that's what it is now, where you have more people that are home alone, like more older men, older women, kids, living their lives, don't really have time for them. So you are like their daughter. They might comment on your channel, oh, my daughter, or this, or my little niece or whatever. They feel a part of your family. And it's a way also, even if you're not giving them expert advice, they want to support you and support what you do. So I think that's what the membership thing is more about, is by creating more support, and it helps you make better videos in the end, because as you see all these huge companies, the more money you have, the more you can do. I think I kind of missed the boat on that.
That actually makes sense what you said. But I wanted to ask you, because you probably did, and I didn't see the video or anything. I remember you was doing the whole pay scale of paying off the property.
Mm-hmm.
Did you finish that whole series?
Yeah. So I think that was, I don't know, I don't remember. I think it was last year. Was that last year we paid that off?
Okay.
I think I was about to buy more property, and then I got sick, right? At the end of 2021, I believe. I got really sick, and I end up missing like 2 huge deals that I could have had, and it kind of like threw my mental now, where I'm scared to pull a trigger on anything. But I'm comfortable where I am. Anything else I buy, it was more so I was looking to start trying to buy stuff for like my kids, so when they got older, they would already have some kind of foundation somewhere. The reason I really held up on after we paid off the property, having to deal with the property I have, and it was real close to where I stay, having to deal with the flooding issues and things, I didn't really want to get more or buy more. So that kind of made me not go further. So yeah, so we got the paid off, I don't know, you call it homestead or whatever. But all of that was a blessing from God. I always tell people, because I couldn't afford this property if God had not made it so, had not did things the way he did. So
you better say that.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed on that. So I know I told you I was supposed to be on here for an hour, so I'm sorry that it ran over. My apologies.
Don't worry, because we can ready to go into my live. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't ran over into you, right?
No, I don't go live till 5. You got
okay.
But so you all suited up today, and then you got on.
I told your husband, I don't know if you was there. Church ran a little bit on me, and we had a meeting after church, and I had to bring my kids to my mama's house. And when I got back, it was like 1:50, and I was like, I don't have time to change. I just grabbed my hat or whatever.
I thought you were trying to look like a professional interviewer.
Yeah, I was like, this looks good. This looks good. Sunday backyard farmer. I got my suit on. I was like, I guess that's gonna work, guys. So last question. You told me that Leah Farmer kind of inspired you to start your YouTube channel. And then Ms. Darsha said you kind of got on her to start. So Ms. Darsha, have you inspired anybody that wasn't YouTubing to YouTube, like keeping the chain going, or not yet? Or somebody's come to your channel saying, oh, you made me start a channel?
I had a friend that wanted to do YouTube, and she has a fitness channel. And once I started doing it, whatever, now she has her fitness channel. So yeah, but you know, most of the people I know, it's like everyone is working. You know what I mean? Like I've run across a lot of YouTubers who are either retired or work from home, you know, or they have their own thing going on. It's just more challenging for people who are working, or if they got small kids or even older kids that they got to take, you know what I mean? It's the time commitment. And then of course they have to teach themselves how to edit.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody can shoot. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Now it's like, okay, that's not where it stopped. Right. And then you know, like even when I went into this, I was like, well, I had my LLC already. Right. So, but then there's the business part, like start off right. You don't have to, but I would recommend it to anyone because you just never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the extent of it. I've discipled one.
That's all it takes. What that old thing they used to say, each one teach one, or each one reach one.
Each one reach one. Yeah.
That's all it's about. A lot of times that's what my channel was about too. I was like, man, if I can just get 5 people that, you know, change and do what I'm doing, and I was happy. And then, of course, when you get monetized, you like, I need more views. So you kind of lose a little bit of the organic part of it.
It kind of overlaps for me. I feel like if if you have like a 9 to 5 or whatever, however or whatever point you are in your life, the people who are retired, who like go live in the middle of the day and stuff, it's like you kind of miss a lot of their lives, or you miss a lot of their stuff, and you got to catch the replays and stuff all the time. So it's just like you see it, but you're not there when it's happening.
Yeah,
you know.
And that's my thing with like Ms. Darcia was saying, I don't know how I survived these couple of years that I've been on YouTube with 7 children running around the house and YouTube not uploading on time or taking too long to upload or losing stuff. I don't know how I did it. All I know is like I just tried to stay motivated. And that's what I'll tell you guys. No matter what happens, stay motivated, because you're gonna get times where YouTube is gonna cut your monetization off. I mean, it happens. You're gonna break rules that you probably didn't know existed. Even if your channel is taken down, if you love sharing with people, I would tell you, get right back on, get right back up, keep sharing, because sooner or later, the people now that are watching your channel, they're not commenting. Like, I don't really comment on y'all channels, but I watch y'all videos. And the reason I say this is because it happens to us all. Sooner or later, you're going to get that comment from this big channel that you never knew who you were, you know, and is that motivation that says, man. And then in my case, those bigger channels are what's going to help you along. They're going to be the ones that's going to say, hey, go check out Jess Darcia. Hey, go check out Sunday Backyard Farmer. And once you get enough of those, then you'll start to be able to kind of, your community will grow on its own. So, I mean, keep uploading those videos, man. We love to see y'all. Somebody talking about those long shifts. So I'm not going to hold y'all. We almost to an hour and 30 minutes. I want to thank y'all. I want to thank you.
But before you go, don't get off the hook.
Go.
So
I didn't answer something?
Next year, what can we expect from you? When you say more videos, is that like, oh, I'm dropping videos on Sunday, Monday, and Thursday, and I'm going live, you know, at this particular time, or are you going to do more of these type of formats? What can we expect from you? This is what the people really want to know.
So I tried the lives on schedule. It's not possible for me.
It's not possible for me either.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could. I want to be like Thursday. I used to do Thursday 7:00 garden chat. It got so hard because things in my life, things just keep happening on that time, and there's nothing I can do about it. So generally,
is that when you used to have like Garden Love up and doing the interviews and stuff like that?
That was before Garden Love. I think Garden Love is kind of like this here. I think I've done videos with Beauty in the Garden. Was first, I think I did with her, because she was going to do something on Belle's channel, so she came over here to this channel first, and then we did Miss Garden Love, Miss Diana, and I can't remember if I did anybody else besides Miss Darcia the last time. But as far as like a scheduled one, I love these. Like, it to me. I wish I had more questions wrote down. I thought, and that's what I thought I was gonna have time to come home. I usually home at like 12:30. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, why, God? This is the day. And I'm like, please just let me make it home by 2:00. That's all I'm asking. I'm not trying to miss the people on the live stream. So
yeah,
but
I ran out of church today myself, so I already know.
Yeah, so I really do like these kind of live streams where it's not just about me, and it's about letting people get to know us all. Because a lot of times, like I was saying, this is about the extent that I'll probably ever meet you guys. I'm sorry, I just gotta say.
Oh, we're gonna show up one day. What's up? And you said,
I'm gonna send her to the door.
All he gotta do is send me to the door. Hi, how you doing?
Because Belle's got a problem. She gonna open the door for anybody. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, and I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't know what the future holds. I wanted to do more traveling. I love Florida. I mean, everybody knows. But I've been to a couple of subscribers' houses. If you see Guillory on here from Guillory's Louisiana Homestead, he was the first person that was subscribed to the channel that I actually ever got in contact with and went out to his property. So that every year I try to change the style of my content. And just because of my family life, it's super hard to do. And that's what I was talking to you about earlier, is I really want to go more, I guess I can say this, because when I started YouTube, and it was from watching Justin Rhodes, right? Like everything, when I started watching him and his channel, the Great American Farm Tour, I don't know if y'all ever heard of that, but that was a while back. And I just watched, that was the style of video I wanted to create, where I wanted to have it at least 80, maybe 75% garden, but also, I mean, I wanted to be more of a house type walk around vlog. But because when I first started the channel, if you look at our house playlist, when I first started the channel, none of this was behind me. Like, it was, I wouldn't do a video in here. So my videos started out 100% outside, because inside we didn't even have walls when I first bought this house. It was totally gutted. I put sheetrock up in the back room. I got an electrician to come wire my own.
But you did videos and talked about that though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why my content never came up to where I wanted it to, was because I don't believe in like, I wouldn't have did a live stream up in here every day when there was no walls or with
chaos in the background.
Yeah, unpainted. Like, I was just I got you. So outside was clean, so it's like, okay, I got to just do this. And then what happens was I kind of just stayed in that mode of being outside, to where now it's difficult. When Miss Darcy was talking about that expert thing, it's easy for me to do film outside, but now it's hard for me to do anything inside because I've never done it.
Yeah.
And every time I go to try to do it, it takes so much time. I'm like, I'm gonna just go do a video outside. Forget that.
So do you think maybe, like, I don't know if you've seen any of my vlogs where I'm just capturing just moments, right? And then just capture moments from your week and then drop a vlog. Because whether you want this to be the reality or not, people want more of you. They want to know, and see more, but you can control what they see outside of your backyard, or if you're down by the water and talking about the shortage of water, but that, you can just capture like a moment, capture just some moments and then just put them together. Less stress on you.
Yeah. And that's my hope. That's my real hope, is that I can do that. Kind of what you're saying. That's my hope, is like this cinematic video, daily life. Because after a while, the garden gets mundane. After you've done this for 2-3 years, it's like the other day I did the sugarcane video. I don't want to say it like that, I'm just being honest if I can, and I'm an honest person.
Yeah.
It's like time to harvest the sugar cane. Like, bro, I could go out there and do that in 5 minutes, but if I can incorporate that, my videos, that I incorporate my kids out there and actually doing it, like the how-to videos is kind of like, I'm kind of like over how to plant tomatoes, how to do a row. And so when you get to that point, to where it's not that nobody needs those videos, it's just that you've done that. You've outgrown those type of videos.
So why don't you just show them how to live, right? So because you innately are a photographer, right? There are so many photographic moments that are happening in your week, but now you're just capturing them in video, but it don't have to be long and you don't have to talk. You could do voiceovers, or you cannot do voiceover. You could just add some music. Like,
just like Mr. Nick said earlier, I don't like my voiceovers. I gotta find a program. I don't like the way my voice sounds on voiceovers.
Oh, you just play music over it. You got Epidemic Sound or whatever the thing we subscribe to for music. It could it could just those because you got the photographer's eye.
Yeah.
And now you just, okay, there's the kids over there playing, or this funny happened, or this moment from here, or look at this traffic out here in New Orleans or whatever. You know what I mean? Just
and I think just like your husband though, I try, but it got to be right for me. Like if I can't put certain things out, right? And that's what I told Bev. So this whole while she's gone, no streets for me, right? And so at first I was like, oh, Bill's gonna be gone. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna call this person, that person. And then God was like, dude, you got an opportunity. Because I do this every year. He's like, you got an opportunity now. No distraction. Get your house all the way together. Because other than that, I won't do it. And so that's what I've been doing since Bells got on that plane. I've been in here in this house. Because if you can see, like none of this was up around here. Mm-hmm. If you look at my last live stream video inside here, you'll see none of the molding was up. And so that's what I've been doing these last couple of weeks. I've been putting up all my molding, getting all my paint on my walls. Because when I look in the background, like when I'm looking at like, if there's a spot or a mark on the wall, I can't even video, you know? And so that's what I'm trying to get all that stuff done. So your home kind of becomes a studio, so to speak. And my yard as well. I hate having to not show something. Besides my vehicles, I can move my vehicles to my neighbor's yard, but I hate having to think about, don't turn the camera that way, trash on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, I just need everything to be clear, clean. I drive my cars to my neighbor's yard, so nobody's looking all that, what kind of car you got, and looking at your license plate and all that. Yeah. And I just want to be able to go through my yard, come out my front door, and everything just be really, really nice and clean. And I think that'll help me on my videos as far as creativity. Mm-hmm. And that's what you'll get, God's Fair, next year. I'm telling you, I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. And I hope to see y'all back too. And like I said, I know when Bells get back, Miss Darsha, hope that she can come on that channel. Of course, I'm gonna be there somewhere. I'm gonna do just like you did, Nick. When y'all start talking and cooking, I'm gonna sneak in the background and I'm gonna start over talking.
Do you see the new function on the YouTube when you go to press add and it says go live together? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a new, like when you press to like upload or do something, whatever, it's a new function. It says go live together, and then you can click on another.
How would that work?
Yeah, well, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm saying me and her can try it together.
Cool.
So then it can broadcast from both of your channels.
Broadcast on both the channels together. Cool. Because that's what StreamYard does. If you would put somebody else's channel in, but you wouldn't want nobody else to do that on here, because it's like they would have your information. But to have that on YouTube, that would be good.
It says go live together and it's new.
Cool. And she'll be back in January.
Wow.
January 3rd or something like that.
Wow.
Yep. I got time to work. She get in my way. I can't work with her. She's gonna be making me stop working.
What would he do without me for a month?
It's not as bad. Because we besides her being here, it's like she's always on the phone, phone call away. All right. But I also think that just like with holidays and stuff, I was thinking to myself last night, I think it would be so important if it was done this way for couples to go separately on holidays to their families one time. Because if you remember growing up, when you went to your family by yourself, it's just you can be a different person. And especially like you, Miss Darsha, I don't know, but going to your mama's house or grandma's house or whatever back in the day, and you had a man with you, what's the first thing they're going, girl, you better fix that man a plate? You know, like that kind of talk. Like you wouldn't have to deal with any of that. And you could be whatever your nickname is. You can be that person that you used to be at 13, 14 with your family. Like me as a guy.
He has a big family. I just have my dad.
Oh, okay.
So that's it for me.
Wow. So you don't have like brothers and sisters and stuff?
No, he has his 34 first cousins.
Wow.
This one. Yeah.
Oh, well, he know what family is about then. Yeah, well, no need to split.
But I can't go around my family without her. They be like, "Where Dorsha at? What's going on?"
Yeah, what's going on?
I'm like, "Hey, it's me."
Say, oh, we just decided to just take this holiday separate. Oh, hell no, I know you lost your mind.
Before my grandfather passed, I ran down there one time without her, and he was paralyzed. And he was like, where's your wife? he like, cause he remembered, I used to always go down there. It didn't matter what time of the day. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning before he was paralyzed. I could knock on the door. He opened the door. He knows something wrong. He ain't gonna pry, but what he'll do is have a conversation, just a conversation with me, and he would hit on every point what I'm struggling with or dealing with, whether it's relationship, work, and everything, without asking me what's wrong, and like answer everything just like that. So I think he was having flashbacks when I pulled up and she wasn't there. It's like, oh, we about to have that conversation. And they don't believe what I be like, she not with me. It'll be 30 minutes later. Now, did she go to the store? I'm like, she's not with me. Like, no, I can't not here by myself.
This is strange not seeing y'all together.
Yeah, so yeah, my family will take her over me, point blank.
Whatever.
I promise you.
Whatever.
Look at some of my videos.
Wow, that's
you
cool.
must come from a big family, though. You come from a big family. Your wife comes from a big family.
Yeah, my wife has a huge family. I mean, out there, everybody's family generally. I mean, and it's more family oriented there. I think the culture in the Philippines is real similar to African culture as far as family. Like it's always family first out there with them. From what I see, I mean, they even eat together like we used to eat together. They still eat together now. Like if they're cooking, everybody's coming over. Somebody grab the thing and start cutting the onions. Somebody else grab the stuff and cutting the beans and stuff. So it's like, to me, it's like we used to have this. Like that's just how I am, and I ain't trying to dive off into nothing, but
we need to go back there. Go ahead and say it.
I feel like I had that at my grandparents' house or when I go down south, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's like that just when I'm down there. But like everybody pitch in to do stuff to the point that I'm looking around. I'm the one I'm not used to it. Like I feel like I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like somebody give me, what do you need me to do? I'd rather for somebody to give me directions in that type of format than thinking I just know, all right, we about to start shelling peas or something. I don't know. Like, tell me what to do.
And that's how it is. I think we're gonna get there. And that's one of the good things I really like about this community is because it just keeps me closer to childhood. I see it's more older people. And it doesn't make me think about my generation and where we're going. Just like you were saying, it's kind of like a reprieve for me where I can come here and it's kind of like going back to the country, to my auntie's house, to my grandparents' houses by just seeing a lot of the older people here in the gardening community. Yeah. And they're not about all the craziness, I don't know. That's just me. Yeah. So I think everybody got that thing. But I want to thank y'all. I think I answered that. So next year, I hate to say that I'm going to do more videos because I said when Bev's left and I was out there harvesting those turmeric that we had talked about, Ms. Darshan, and I say, y'all going to see me every day because Bev's gone and I ain't got nothing to do. And I looked on my YouTube studio and I was like, 6 days ago. Like my last upload was 6 days ago. Like, what is going on? But I'm so busy now. Like, and I even wrote a poem about the appreciation of a woman since Bells has left. Because I'm telling you, I'm probably sharing one day on my YouTube. I gotta get up in the morning and I gotta get the kids up. I gotta comb hair. I gotta get them to school. I'm like, and I gotta go to work. Gotta leave work, go pick the kids up, get them back home. Gotta start washing more, washing clothes, and gotta put them in the bath, and just all of this stuff. It's a lot, and a lot of times our wives do it by themselves. Like a lot of times we're going out. Like I'm still going to work and everything, but I'm not sweeping the floor every day, mopping every day, doing dishes every day, cooking every day. I've had to do that every day since she's gone. And these kids don't let up, man. As soon as they get in the house, what we eating? What we eating? I'm like, dude, you didn't eat at school? Like, I'm tired of cooking this stuff for y'all. So I don't know. So but more videos when we get everything.
Yeah, I'm not used to sleeping in the bed by myself no more. So
yeah, well, I never. That's one thing is like
I was used to it for a while, but now I it's hard.
Husband and wife time, it's like I don't want to say. I'm trying to keep it as Sunday and
pollinating.
Yeah. Like I've never since our kids have been here, it's always a doggone child. Like we've gone so far, and I'm sure y'all had younger kids before. My older kids, I'm finally getting them out, but those younger ones, I bought like twin beds and just throw them on the floor. Like, look, is a bed on that side? I got a bed on this side. If I showed y'all my room, it's our bed, and then it's a bed on this side of the floor.
Y'all got
a bed on that side of the floor at night. And I'm like, if y'all want to sleep in here that bad, you don't want one of these beds, because bro, you cannot sleep with these children. It ain't about the sex or anything like that.
Yeah, but get out of my bed.
Kicking you in the face and all types of stuff.
Back hurting, neck hurting. So my son slept with me last night, and I mean, this dude was sideways the whole night in the bed, right? The cover stayed off for him. I kept having to put the cover back on him all night. He wake up this morning, my neck hurt. I say, dude, you doggone right, your neck hurt the way you were sleeping. I said, everything hurting on me. I was damn near out the bed.
See, the good thing is you have the wrestling mats on the side. You could kick any of them kids off you want to, and they'll be okay. They're just laying on the other mattress. They'll be fine.
But I love them though. I love them. You find ways to do that grown-up stuff, but
yeah,
those kids, I think I just look at, and I don't know, I'm probably a little bit overzealous from coming from a bigger family, but I just believe in myself. Looking at my childhood, I didn't stay a child forever, so I just know this time that I'm getting with them, coming in the bed, even though I'm like missing my woman and want to get close, and I'll pass that up for having my children. Not saying in the bed with me, but I'll pass that up for that experience of having my children, because I know me and Bells, that's anytime that stuff, but your children is something, once those experiences pass, it's gone.
That's just the season that you're in now, and then the season change, and the next thing you know, you like, where did it go?
Yeah.
Mine are 22 and 19, and I'm like,
I'm gonna probably cry my eyes out. Because I cry right now just thinking about them getting older and leaving me.
Yeah, my baby girl turned 14 yesterday, and I was looking at pictures and posted some pictures. I was like, she was like this small. Is she about tall as you?
No, she's just
she almost as tall as her.
Wow, 14.
When I first met him, he was getting Pampers for her.
Wow.
He was one.
But she was running through them Pampers, boy. I mean.
Wow. That's a good. When I met Bells, my kids were real young too, so I guess I understand the dynamic of the help and the appreciation you could have for your wife.
Some people think they hers, and they like, oh, she look just like. I'm like, that's not her mama. That is not her mama.
They got that saying that when you've been with somebody for a long time, y'all all go to looking like brothers and sisters,
You think we look alike?
Please say no.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, Black Tropical Homestead.
Hey, So, but I want to appreciate. I want to say I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sunday Backyard Farmer. I'm open. Y'all got my email and everything. So anytime you need me to do something online or something, and I'm sure our schedules could match up as long as we do it in advance. Thank y'all. My days are full. I'm telling you, I gotta go right now. I gotta drive my kids to New Orleans to bring them back and pick up my son from New Orleans. So the days just never stop, and I'm sure y'all the same way. When you grown, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna give me a 5-hour energy or something. But I had this day. I thought I would forget. I had this day when Miss Darcia kind of set it off from me to like the 11th. I was like, please don't let me forget. Please don't let me forget. And then I thought y'all had forgot when y'all hadn't sent me the thing for the thumbnail. I was like, maybe they don't want to do it or whatever.
South Beach celebrating my birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. Happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Like I say, I appreciate y'all. And I'm sure Miss Darcia, when Bells get back, then we'll still get with y'all as well. And I think that's what the community is really about. Is everybody knowing everybody and the people that's in the Grow Family Network, knowing the people that's at Just Darcia. And I'm so some of the people are already the same. Just like you were saying, T-Nog, I saw y'all that time she went on your channel. It was the first time I was like, who is this? I didn't even know it about Sunday Backyard Farmer.
That's how you came, because you said T-Nog sent me. And I was like, and then I asked Nick, I said, who's Grow Family Network?
Yeah. Well, hey, Mr. Nick, who do she know? She know anybody?
Because I be working. I don't be in these YouTube streets. You said Justin Rose. I'm going to ask him, who is that?
Yeah,
I used to have him like on the TV on Sundays, like all the time.
I remember Led, because Led would talk about 100 topics.
She used to walk in. She'd be like, what is he talking about? I'm like, he's talking about, she's like, that's not gardening. I'm like, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Go with it. Just go with it. Look, baby, just go with it. Everybody love Led. We all understand. And that's one of the things, like I look at his channel, I said I was going to go, but I look at his channel to give y'all more motivation. I always go back to, like I was watching Led years ago. And when his channel started taking off, it was something in me that I went back. I got on, I think it was 2017. I went back in his history and I saw, man, he was doing this how many years before you even started. So that's one thing too, when you're looking at people's growth and people going, don't get mad because you just started 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you want to, you want the following that these people have. But some of these people have been doing this for 10, 15 years and finally getting to just do. So I think that's why it's so important to just do what you love, because one day you will get your just do, right? One of these good days. So thank y'all for coming in. Look, while I'm riding to New Orleans, what time you say you going live, Miss Darcia?
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. While I'm riding to New Orleans, I'll be on your live stream.
Hey,
I'll just have it on. I ain't gonna be watching it, right? Yeah, we got this little thing where I can put it up on the dashboard, my phone up on the dashboard, and that way all the ads and stuff can run and all that. But
thank you, I appreciate you.
I'll comment because I do text and drive. That's so dangerous, but I do it every now and then.
I do the voice thing if it's like necessary real quick. I just do the voice text and then
they let you voice text on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look, you learning some things today.
I just YouTube. I don't be knowing what's going on in the world. I'm telling you.
If you press where you're supposed to type at, then you just hit the microphone and say what you want to say, and then hit send.
I'll do that today.
Yeah.
Oh look.
I'm gonna do beta testing today. So thank y'all. Let me let Miss Darcia go do her thing. Thank you, Mr. Nick, for coming in, man.
Appreciate you, man. Salute.
Anytime. We here.
All right, y'all be safe.
All right. As always, everybody, not just in the garden, but in all areas of life, grow, grow, grow. Peace. God bless you, Mr. Nick.
Yes, sir. Same to you.